Get ready to die.
You know, if your question doesn't get answered, don't worry. Do not fret, have no fear, do not leave all hope, all is not lost. We'll have an episode where it's just recycled questions. We'll just look over all the ones we missed, so don't even sweat it. If you have a question, submit it, and don't worry about it. Okay, Lenin writes in, how much longer till you realize that I am the only person sending in questions? Ryan. Is this true? Ryan ass Lenin?
Oh, this is a good question.
You know, I was wise to it. I have to sneeze. Can you read it, Vic?
Okay, Tom. Mm-hmm. If Tom were to leave his house at 4 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, headed for FFA at 65 miles per hour.
No, the Barley bus never goes that slow. It's fucking 90.
Yes, it was.
This guy crazy. Excuse me, sir. Do you know how fast you were driving? 90? Is that a problem?
As long as it's not Officer Bobby Blake.
Oh, my God.
Officer Blake, no. No,
do you know fast driving?
All right. If Tom were to leave his house at 4 p.m. on Saturday afternoon, headed for FFA at 65 miles per hour, and Ray were to leave Regency at 5 p.m. on the same Saturday afternoon at 76 miles per hour, headed to family fun also, who would be the funnier drunk?
Have I been drunk on camera before?
Inevitable. Inevitably, you have.
Has anybody ever seen Tom drunk before?
Yes, it's something you want to stay away from.
Well, what's your story, John?
He just gets drunk at Kyushu and he'll just...
No!
He'll honk asses.
No.
It's
fucking Big John said, you're a pussy, you won't honk her ass. Or it's like, oh no, I'm not. Oh no, I'm not. And he's practically crawling on the table at this time just to like roar, like, sit down, Tiger. We'll get you out of here in a minute. He says, oh, and Arliss like, the waitress. She comes over, yes? You know, people from Osaka, it's good if you honk their ass.
What?
She says, what? He says, yeah, turn around. Honk.
This is a true story.
And I'm like, and I'm the only one sitting there. And I'm like, this did not just happen. I did not just get banned from Kyushu. Waitress, she was shocked. Like she just got like a hot poker in the ass kind of thing. She was so unimpressed with Arliss that she silently got her street clothes on and left out the back exit.
And she waved bye to everybody.
She waved bye to everyone.
With a smile. With a smile, I think.
Good God. Arliss like, what? Did I do something wrong? I'm like, wow, dude. Okay, good game. Okay, this guy's not my friend.
Yeah, I wasn't there to see that, but...
It was uncalled for.
It was uncalled for.
It was very uncalled for.
Arliss, the arse honkers. At least you got a good squeeze out of it. How was it? How was the bum?
Pretty firm.
Pretty firm?
Yeah.
I'd imagine, she's on her feet walking around serving Kyushu some ramen all day. At least you got a honk out of it.
Well, it wouldn't be as firm as the handcuffs.
What?
We're getting arrested for... Yeah, never mind.
That's a good joke. See, you guys think I'm bad. If I get more of these nasty comments, I'm going to put Arliss on. And then you really be sorry. Next up, Arliss, fire.
Alright.
Sneaks. Who is Searoyd? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Who is Searoyd? Well, I didn't know either. He's some guy who just messaged me a couple times. He's pretty funny. I read some of his posts. He has a very funny chat log of someone. This is it. You should read. Contact him, and he'll point you in the right direction.
Yes, I've read those myself.
They're good. They're a good chuckle.
They're really funny.
Sail weed, just as the password. Sail weed.
The same guy, he said he wanted to be like a trash man.
And he goes, Yaksha!
Oh my God. I don't want to get on with this guy, because... Anyway, Searoyd's a very funny guy. He's a cool dude. Searoyd stands for what? C, no. Jeremiah, what does the C stand for? Next. Canada? Nope, that's what I thought. Cat? Cockroyd. Vic, what does the C stand for?
I don't know.
Nope. Arlith?
Cranberries?
You know what? I don't know either. You're going to have to ask Seroid. Is he a legitimate Canadian 3S player? You bet. He's from the Toronto area, and he's very good. He plays Pink Sean. You seem to have quite a bit of a 3S following up north. Really? North where? I found it 5? You know, one time we had 5 guests on Denjin Video. It was incredible. We had like 5 guests. That's a lot, man. That go to Denjin regularly. Plus 3 out of 5 donators were Canadian funds. This is incredible. My only fan is a Canadian guy. And that's awesome. At least someone likes me.
Just not in America.
You win some, you lose some. We'll do a show outside. We'll do a Canadian. We'll do a show in Canadian. Are you guys down? Yeah. If you are independently wealthy Canadian, we'd love to do a show. I'd love to have an audience. You know? That would be a lot of fun. I'd do that. I like Canada. That's cool. You know, I'd visit. I like the geese. I like the Canadian goose. Even though you need to have a special license for some reason, they're not endangered. But I like geese. I am a beast master. Where are we? I imagine there'd be such a following from FFA outside Japan? I never thought this would get out of Ryan's basement, to tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. You're getting Chilean dudes and shit. That's Girls Gone Wild. Well, you know, all we need is a girl now. Not exactly Girls Gone Wild. We're a step down from drunk hoes taking their shirts off. We're just a notch under that entertainment value. This show has made how much money so far? $100. $100, Girls Gone Wild. Joe Francis is a millionaire. Thank you. So, we're just under that. Props to Charlie Davidson. Vroom, vroom. Vroom, Charlie Davidson. That's you. 3.1 performance. Rock, you gave him a hard time, huh? But I like his Makoto over Ken Eyes. Yeah, I'd like to see a 69 Ken Eyes Makoto anyway. In terms of magic tricks and crowd pleasers, yeah, them twat rubbers are pretty hot. Thanks, Sneaks. If you are Canadian, that's awesome, man. I can't believe that people would actually spend time in their life to listen to this show. It must be all them cool pictures you're putting in. Hey, did you want to do that thing? Not the burp. Where we have the listener-submitted questionnaire just to save you some work. Our listeners listen to the podcast, and then they send in questions they would think would be relevant to it. They email them to you, and then you would just edit them, like, is this worthy? And then you would put it in, and you would have, like, a little credits of everyone who submitted the pictures. Is that something you'd be down for? Okay. Ryan's very excited. He said, okay. So I think we're going to do that. Shaq Fu? Shaq Fu was voted one of the world's worst games. I guess we'll get to that next. Vic, take it away. It's to you. It's Epion Karu.
All right.
It's to Vic. Hey, Vic. What's up?
Hey, Vic, what's up? I'm from New York City. And
Sweet. I like New York.
As you can imagine...
I like 50 Cent.
There's a good third strike scene in New York.
Yeah, I like that.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that. Mutant keeps me updated.
Yeah, it's called Chinatown Fair. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
TTF.
Never been there.
I never have either.
They have chickens that play tic-tac-toe.
Chickens?
Yes.
How does a chicken play
Like live chickens that eat birdseed?
Oh, it's in Chinatown.
Yeah, so...
Are chickens like
So they must have...
like whores, prostitutes?
No, like they...
The birds?
The bird, you put the X and the chicken will pick at the square he wants to play at.
Ah, that's how you lure them. With the birdseed.
Ah, here we go. Anyway, you guys should go around the U.S. and promote Third Strike around the nation.
I would love to do a Third Strike tour. Much like the WWF did with Vince McMahon. The traveling league. You know, you take the show on the road, like Akron, Ohio, or Shreveport, Louisiana,
Yes.
or New York City. That would be fantastic. I would love to do that.
Could make a documentary.
Yeah, but you know why we can't do that?
Why can't we do that?
Because this show makes no money.
We're working on it.
Not that I'm surprised, but that is the reason.
I'm not really familiar with how Evo last year was sponsored. How did they do that?
It was by the Toyota Yaris and
Toyota
Capcom.
Yaris.
Capcom drop change. That was really cool.
What?
I had a lot of fun at Evo. That was cool.
So there's got to be. If the Third Strike community was bigger, then I would think it would make some money, right?
Yeah.
But right now we're Americans, and I don't think it's possible.
It's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I would love to do a show in New York. I would.
Actually, let me take that back.
Take it back. Take it away.
Anything is possible.
This is true.
This is true. Okay, where was that? My question is mostly directed towards Arlieth.
Arlieth? Who's that? We don't have anyone named Arlieth here.
Since he does the videos and such for your Third Strike Rambats, we play lots of Third Strike at my high school.
Sweet, that's a good school.
Don't know how, we just do, and we have permission since it's part of the computer club.
That's a good club.
Awesome.
They play Third Strike in their high school. That's pretty
You know,
good.
I never graduated. I should go back.
Yeah. I remember I played Tetris in high school. I remember that.
You got some good studying done.
Yeah. And I'd like to get some of our matches up on the computer, but so far the best we've done is using camcorders. Here's one, Hugo versus Hugo, and then he's got a link for us on YouTube. How do you guys get both Rock's commentary and the video up at the same time? Oh, so this is like a technical question.
Oh, yeah.
Arlieth, handle it.
Okay, step 1, get a PS2. Step 2, get some sticks. Step 3, steal your mom's karaoke machine.
Or if she doesn't have one, steal a mom that has a karaoke machine.
Yes.
Go make friends with an Asian and
Asian!
Yes.
and you'll get a karaoke
Or find an Asian
machine.
mom that has a karaoke machine. You'll score one way or another. Anyways.
So how does it work, Tom?
You hook up. Well, you can hook up the output from the sound from the TV into the karaoke machine, and then you also get someone like John D,
Right.
Dr. Sub-Zero,
Someone who's totally dull.
with a microphone. Get him drunk, if you want. And what'll happen is that the karaoke machine will mix both the microphone and the game or TV's input, and you output the karaoke machine stuff to the camcorder, just the audio. If you want the video, find a TV that has an S-video output or a composite output, and then just run that into your camcorder, and you should be fine.
What that guy said.
You know what? If I can draw a diagram in MS Paint if you really need to. I tried explaining this to Shogo and Yi over the phone for the very first ranking battle, and they actually got it right until someone tripped over the cable and disconnected the whole thing. But up until that point, it was the best ranking battle ever.
Good work.
Yes.
Oh. Ryan looks kind of puzzled. Do you know how to do it, Ryan? How would you do it, Ryan?
Take it away, Ryan.
I would use a mixer. You can use like a mixer. Like if you know somebody in a band that has a mixer, you could use a mixer.
Yeah.
Karaoke machine is probably easier and more accessible, but basically, you just need a karaoke machine or a mixer, and you're just gonna take the output of the game into the input of the mixer, or you could you could try this. If you have a PS2, you can take the red and the white plugs, and you could plug one of them into the input of the. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Yeah,
You're crazy.
Yeah. No, but you need a mixer. You put what you want to get into. Well, okay, you put the feeds into the mixer. Take the output of the mixer into the input of the camera. You might need, depending on the connector, you might need like a RCA to eighth inch. You might need RCA to eighth inch to get it to get the audio into the camera. And then you hit record. But don't post any shitty matches, because then you're just wasting people's time.
So get a mixer.
Everyone got to start somewhere.
Now, that was a public service announcement from our good producer, Gutex.
Boy. Okay, anything else?
Alright, so...
Well, P.S. Unfortunately, I'm not Gutex. Again, this is either really Gutex or his neighbor. But I'd like to say, you and the rest of the West Coast...
Here in New York.
are popular here in New York, or at least in my school. That's cool. I would like to teach a class there in Street Fighter. Can I get an honorary doctorate? If you are, if any college deans are out there would like to award a collegiate level doctorate, I'm accepting. Keep up the good work. Well, there's no good work here. There's just Arlith. I guess no one likes that joke but me. No, Arlith does do good work. I just razz him just because it's fun. Arlith, you do good work. You do better work than me. I'm just jealous.
Just driving.
That's very good driving. Keep up the good work. Well, thanks for listening. It sounds like you have a very, very strict curriculum in your high school. Good shit. Okay, check. Arlith. Let's read this one. I want to read the Shaq Fu. Shaq Fu. I read something. There was an article. 10 worst games of all time. Shaq Fu was up there. I've actually never played Shaq Fu. Have any of you guys?
No. I saw it back when Shaq was popular in his new movie. Did he have a movie?
Yeah, he had a couple.
Shazam.
Shazam. Steel.
Right around the same time he was promoting his new game on the basketball court.
Yeah. Shaq.
He was playing it on the basketball court floor or something. I don't remember.
Full court, that shit. First off, thank you very much for taking the time, and everyone else who is involved for making this show possible. It's no problem. No one here has Tara Patrick dates to go to, so it's not any skin out of our backs. Really helps to put a greater interest and bring more ideas together for the community and people who may be interested in the community but are not yet part of. If I have interested anyone in Third Strike, I don't believe it. My question is, what is your and other people present to answer the question? What are your views on which supers and basic combos one should learn to parry and red parry respectively, specifically when practicing parry training? An example of that one would hardly ever see is Yun using any other super than Geneichen. Thus taking the time to practice that super art would be more than a waste. Then Chun's Hoyokusen. Also, for example, when practicing red parrying block combos rather than doing all of them, it would seem best just to nail down the few really important ones, such as Ken's Strong Fierce, such as red parrying the Fierce. Thus, if one were to try practicing parrying the supers and learn red parrying block basic combos, which ones would you consider most essential? If it helps, perhaps listing a top 10 or 5 for each category of supers and red parries.
Jesus Christ.
I think you answered your own question here, man. What do you need me for? This should be the Dr. Shaq Fu show. Thanks for your time.
Well,
Sincerely, Shaq Fu.
Well, my personal opinion on red parries, if you want to try red parrying Ken's Fierce after the Strong Fierce, that's pretty risk-free, I would think. Because, Ken isn't going to uppercut after you block, the Strong. He's not going to uppercut it.
Right.
Probably not.
But if you risk parrying 1, 2, 3 with Yun, right? Yun goes
the
1, 2, 3,
strong punch of Yun's jab sword strong. Good call.
Yeah, if he cancels into Geneichen, obviously if you fuck that up, then you're gonna eat a big Geneichen combo. Or if you try red parrying, his shoulder in the Geneichen too. But if you can think about the risk-free red parries, there's Ken's overhead axe kick. You can try red parrying the second hit of the axe kick. There's risk-free red parries, and then there's ones that do take a risk, but it's always fun to learn to red parry. So just try everything and then figure out what's risk-free and what's not. And
Like, whenever Vic does an EX backswing blow,
Yep. The third hit.
parry the third hit, but don't do anything else.
Why not?
Because they can read...
What if he doesn't have a super, though?
then you just red parry.
Just red
and
parry
then-
it.
Red parry the first hit.
And then you miss and you fly across the screen, and then Vic goes over and gets meter again.
Fascinating.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
Well,
like,
it depends on your character.
Yeah. Okay. If you play Yuri.
If you play Urian, Hugo, Q, or Necro, I would say learn
to red parry.
red parry the last
Kodo
hit.
too.
Kodo? You can't duck it?
Not the last hit.
Does it hit you from behind?
Yeah.
But you can duck it. Can't you just stand up and blue parry it backward?
Well, you can't get a grab after that.
Okay. Okay, Makoto too. We'll throw her into the blender.
Well, there you are.
There we have it, Shaq Fu. Thank you very much for rising from your grave to send us a message. I hope this is a resurgence in Shaq Fu gamers. Next up, Arlen, take it away. Spin the wheel. We need a big, like, Price is Right wheel. For what question? And we have like a little tray where we just like have each question, we just pull it out and read it.
Holy shit.
That's if we ever get anywhere, which ain't gonna happen.
Dude, look at the Baltimore guy.
Oh my gosh. I must have a lot of time in Baltimore.
Should we tackle this?
Let's do it. I'm just that ambitious.
Alright.
We'll tag team it. We'll tag team it like that dirty whore.
Like that dirty whore we tag team.
Yeah, we mounted that. Oh, we fucking Eiffel Towered her. Fucking, yeah, flipped her.
I don't know what that was until like Friday.
Yeah. Eiffel Tower is the girl on her hands and knees. One guy's in the twat, one guy's in the mouth, and the two guys high five each other. That's an Eiffel Tower. Yeah, Vic, we had some crazy times, man. Those are good old days. Yesterday. Mentally Inept writes in. Oh, that's a good name. I should use that. Hello from Baltimore. Where is Baltimore? It's in Maryland. My geography is not so good, but that's like a place I'd like to visit. Isn't that like a military base? Isn't there one with the Navy? I like the Navy. Go shoot proofs. Couple of questions. You don't say. This is beefy. Wanted your opinion on something interesting I saw while watching the SBO 4 finals. I noticed there's quite a bit... I need a comfortable chair one of these days. I need your opinion. I noticed that there was quite a bit more variety in the character selection. Is this part of the rules? No.
Nah.
Do all the players in a team have to use different characters, or do they do this on their own accord? It depends on the tournament. Typically, SBO is you cannot have duplicates, but in the Cooperation Cups, duplicate characters are allowed. They have better low tier or other characters because their third strike network is more cohesive. They can get better practice more of the time. So while YSB does play Hugo, he is a very valuable asset because he can pretty much stomp any Yun. That guy's amazing. So it's all about team chemistry. Unless you have like team all-stars like Umehara, Boss, Deshken, Nuki, Kenzo. I mean, this is not even worth playing against that team. But if you have just other teams, you have very good players. Everybody has strengths that can help build up the team. Like as a standalone guy, he's not going to OCV the team, but he can take out the one character that might be giving your team trouble. Next up, Vic, you want to take it? Part 2?
I have taken it upon myself to teach everyone that I know how to play Third Strike.
Wow. Congratulations.
Do you only know your dad? I tried to teach my dad to play Street Fighter. It wasn't happening. He said, fuck that shit. I'm doing real estate.
However, I have a problem with my teaching abilities. I can teach execution and strategy, but all of my pupils struggle with the mind games, which is the main reason why I still beat them. They can parry and buffer in supers, but I consistently still get perfects on them by simply doing a bunch of normal mix-ups in the corner. I have them watching your Rambat videos, but they don't seem to be able to grasp the concept. Any knowledge that you have acquired that I can impart to them?
I think we need to send Sextaro to Baltimore.
Sextaro, we need to take this show on the road, man.
Well,
Heck yeah.
the whole thing about Third Strike is
I don't know. This is a really time-consuming project. Unless you're independently wealthy or just love Third Strike, it's pretty a monumental task to teach everyone you know.
I got an idea. Why don't you teach people mix-ups instead of execution?
Yeah. The core of Street Fighter is that you play that every game is different. That's why it's fun. That people have the ability to learn. Teach them the basic concept and help them on their way. You can't, you can lead a moose to water, but you can't make it do something else to it. However it goes.
Basically, just, why don't you tell them why you're beating them every time and, not come to us and ask, how you should be teaching them. Anybody can learn execution, but,
Teach them the fundamental rules of Third Strike. There are high hits, low hits, throws, and what else?
Supers, parries,
Command throws.
There's, whiff, punishing supers.
Yeah, just teach them the basic concepts, and if they don't want to learn on their own, don't force it, because it's not going to happen. If a junkie doesn't want to get better, they're going to smoke junk, and that's cool. And if they do want to get better, well, then it's worth putting in the effort. So, use your own best judgment if you think they actually want to learn or just doing this to bang your hot sister.
Yeah, it's great to be good at Street Fighter and beat everybody's ass.
Okay, next up. I am an avid Ken player. Okay, and have been ever since World Warrior. Lately, however, since so many people are playing Ken, everyone knows how to fight him and knows his combos. Should I stick with him or go unorthodox and switch to Ryu? Well, I wouldn't consider Ryu that rare either. But, what?
Unorthodox. Switch to Ryu.
Unorthodox. Yeah. Okay, for my first act, I'm going to play Ken. Then I'm going to do total 180 degrees and play Ryu. That was totally unsuspected. No one's ever done that. No, that's actually rather common. I heard that from Amir last night. He got pieced out, and he's all, fuck this shit, I'm playing Ryu now. And that'll last about 5 minutes. Anyway,
well, if you're an avid Ken player, then if you're really good, then you'll probably beat everybody's ass.
Yeah, Ken is a very good character. I'd say he's ranked 3. And if everyone knows how to play him, then that is
it's good for you, because then you can get even better. Then
it means you have room for improvement. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it.
So just stick to Ken if you're an avid Ken player. Why don't you take it to the next level and play better.
Play better.
Play better.
Play better.
No, nobody's really mastered a character, so
that's true. You never really master a character because your opponent will always, if they are strong enough, will think of a way to. What's the word where evolution, where two species evolve at the same rate? It's got a term. Stephen Jay Gould, if you listen to this, he's a biology guy. He would know it. He would punch his monitor. Anyway, there's a term where both of you learn against to fight each other, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, something I have to get off my chest. Fuck Chun-Li. I hate how she wins every damn tournament. Fuck.
That is not true.
I don't think
That's not true.
Maybe it's true in Baltimore.
She doesn't want to rent that. Not here, anyway.
Well,
Oh, no, Josh won one. That's it.
Josh won a tournament with Chun. Chun's very good, second best guy.
Well, it's true that Chun is a really devastating character, really, really good character, but that doesn't mean you can't beat her. I mean, I think you got the wrong attitude to say that she wins all the time.
Yeah, every
Unless you're Geo.
every character has weaknesses.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta stop whining, and you gotta like put Chun in her place.
Yeah, the most satisfying is beating a Chun with a shitty ass character.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That's awesome. That's a lot of fun.
Especially a good Chun.
Yeah. Then
And
you like
I
to
mean-
watch him scream and stuff.
I mean, instead of like crying about she's so good, then why don't you just make an effort to
Yeah,
beat her
use that
ass.
to motivate yourself to beat her down.
Yeah, no, that's good.
5, I leave you with my favorite quotes, which is, Ken, how do you like a bitch to suck your dick? Ken says, I don't know. With ranch? And then I threatened Shadini that he had to watch Jizaster, which is a gay bukkake. I didn't follow if he caught that, but that's Shadini's business.
Oh, this is part of this. So we got this.
What?
That's the end of it.
Oh, okay. Okay, next up, Arla, take it away. Spin the wheel. Thank you, Ryan. I feel like I'm in Bob Barker's studio. It's good shit. DDM Wolf. How do you think that the best player for each character from the United States would do versus the best player of each character from Japan? Like Bobby versus Nuki, Cali Power versus Rue, Parry versus Kenzo, and so on and so forth. I think they'd lose.
He says, "I know that all the U.S. players will lose."
Okay, you already
It would
answered
be a
it.
blowout of a good match.
Would it blow out of a good...
Do you not forget to say what happens when you play RX?
I have the best United States. Nah, I'm not that good. And everyone knows it. I don't mean to brag, but I'm not the best. Bobby versus Nuki. You really don't know what you're up against until you have first-hand experience how strong these players are. Valle has been to Japan. We should get Valle on the show sometime. We got a nod, half a nod.
Yeah, I think that would be
That'd be interesting.
interesting.
Pyro has been to Japan, they can rape you, man. It's not that fun.
Well, I think everybody knows. Well, the reason why the USA is not that good at third strike. Does everybody know this question? The answer to this question?
Take it away, Vic.
Because like Japan is so concentrated, and then like John said, they're open to share their ideas. And
Hey, you did listen to a podcast.
yeah, I did actually listen to one.
Here,
And
they
then-
hoard the ideas. Here is secret hoarding.
The United States is like so spread apart, and then like we don't get the competition we need. So, I mean, think about Japan. They experience is like far greater than American players. So the only thing Americans can do is like watch videos and test their own ideas and theories about how to be better. But
Another thing in Japan is there's not so much emphasis on winning a tournament. The average prize for winning a tournament is about $5. It's more about just the competition, the competitive aspect.
yeah, Japanese players, they work.
That's why
They're like slaves to the game. And
yeah, they have the determination to win with the shitty characters. Because if you lose, it's not a big deal. So what? You didn't get your $1. It's only about $1, sometimes $5 for winning a tournament at Game Newton. Gambling's illegal. Unless you play pachinko, and for some reason pachinko is legal. But anyway, Street Fighter, there's no money in that either, but it is glamorized. There are television shows about it, televised interviews. And you stand out more as a player for your dedication.
Yeah, I mean, they're out to improve themselves.
Yeah,
and
they're out
be the
to-
best they can be.
True.
It doesn't. Just because you get double perfected in a tournament. And
That's
doesn't
sweet,
mean
dude. Fuck
anything.
it.
It's like,
How many
yeah,
people have
dude.
been told work?
It's like, look, he got me. He's so great. Not like I fucking hate that guy. I'm gonna put him to death next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else we got?
Oh. Okay. Any chance that Family Fun versus Empire Arcadia will ever happen? No. If they want to play, that's cool. I have no problem with them. TFGM was the only guy who was even being courteous to me at the Evolution Finals, so thanks to TFGM, I appreciated that. At least I hope that was him. You know, I've never really talked to him in person, but I had a hunch it was, because he was rooting for Issei.
Did he really wear Power Glove?
I didn't catch it, you know. I was too busy having fun. So, yeah, I like Empire Arcadia. It's cool. If they want to play, we're down. If he wants to fly some players over, and I can go too, I'd love to play.
You all should do the damn thing to find out who's the best fight game group in the United States.
Yeah. I know
Seriously?
it's... What?
Really? Do you think we should do that?
Oh, you know, if we get... I don't know. It's fun just to travel.
Yeah, it's
I mean, there's nothing writing on it, is there?
It's fun to, have people in your community make friends.
Yeah, it's just to play against
the
new
game.
opponents, that's all.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. You guys be down for that?
Maybe somebody needs to fuck somebody else's girlfriend or something.
If you get,
Create a little...
we need a storyline writer.
Yeah, West Coast versus East Coast. I fucked your girlfriend. Now I'm gonna put you. Now I'm gonna put you down with my kid.
You fucked Peaches? I'm gonna beat you. Ken.
I'm gonna take you out with my Sean.
Oh.
I'm not into drama,
you
really.
in real life.
That's like hiring Stewart as a hitman.
Leroy, do it. Yeah, it's always fun to play against new opponents.
Yeah.
I know it's not easy to get together the whole cross-country thing, but it's kind of a pain. Most crews are together at Evo. Should do the damn thing, find out who's the best. Has a game group, Thanks and keep on keeping up, player. Wow, that's awesome.
No, if you want to, don't they have a show on like G4? What is it called? It's like a group of gamers that compete against each other. It's like a
What? Why are we not on
it's
that?
not a reality show. It's like a group of gamers who get together and then they play like a bunch of different games and then they're called like a group. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
That's gay, dude. Are the girls on there?
I think there's like a girl.
Okay, it loses all credibility.
Well, anyways, like they'll finish it off with like an Unreal tournament match, like capture the flag or something, and then they play like Tekken. They play a bunch of games,
Sweet.
and those are gamer groups that actually get some kind of
They get notoriety.
That's
some
like-
kind of notoriety.
That's like putting like 4 Joltes in a room.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, if somebody knows the name of that show, feel free to
Feel free to submit a picture of that show.
or post.
Oh, I'll
or
do that
something.
bullshit later. Okay, next up, Arla, handle it. I don't have my glasses on. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. You guys know that from Simpsons? My number is 1-800-DOCTORB. The B is for bargain. It's Mr. McGregor with a leg for an arm and an arm for a leg. I want my money back. That was a great show. Simpsons. Acer1236 writes in, how did Rockefeller and Gutex learn Urian? Practice, 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 and a lot of self-inflicted head punches. Are there any tips to learning how to use Urian, the charge partition, and charge buffering? Charge partitions, forget about it. It's the last thing you need to do. Flashiness does not win games. It's all about hard work and knowing the mind of the opponent. Gutex, you want to handle this, baby? This peach?
Even though charge partitioning could be considered flashy, it's necessary against Ken to do the mid-screen unblockable. because if you can't do the mid-screen unblockable against Ken, it's 10 times harder to win. And the way that you learn charge partitioning is to practice, and practice some more. And look at videos like, the Japanese players, and see what they do, see what setups they use to charge partition, and also watch Mr. Universe play. Because if you watch Mr. Universe play and you did everything that he did, you would be the best charge partitioner, I don't know, that I can think of. Oh, and Arnell. You guys ever watch Arnell play?
Oh, yeah.
Arnell, and Mr. Universe are the best American charge partitioners that I've seen. But yeah, you just have to you create like a timer in your head, and you basically learn what, like, the length of time that you need to charge for each move, and then eventually, 6 months to a year later, maybe you can do it every now and then.
Yeah, because when you're in the heat of the match, and especially when you're in a match, and especially in a tournament, you get a lot of jump strongs and shit instead of headbutts. Dash up jump strong is pretty sick. Just what you wanted. You heard Frankie 3S OCV to team at one of the SBOs.
That's true.
I think you did.
It was,
that was Team Divine Rapier, I believe.
No, that was when we were Team Moto,
Team Moto.
and we went against a...
Handle it, Arlie Flavor.
That was, Team Moto was, me, Pyro, and Frank. Pyro was anchor, but we always put Frank first because he was crazy. And jet lagged, and stoned. And we put him up against Team Sapporo second tier or something. It was this poor team only had 2 guys on their team because I guess the third guy got sick or something.
Oh, 2 guys.
It was
True man.
from Sapporo. It's still an OCV. It was still an OCV. They had never ever seen American Denjin Ryu before, and the announcer was going absolutely nuts because
Franklin.
it was madness. So yeah, you can find that on YouTube, or you can go to divix.com and check out their level 6 YouTube wannabe thing. You can search Super Battle Opera and you'll eventually find it.
My question is, how did Frank get stoned in Japan?
I wanted to know that too. Do you buy it there? Or
You can
or do you risk?
I think
you don't import it. You don't want to get
no. I think Shogo actually knew someone who could hook him up
You
or
can buy
something.
it there.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you know the arcades everybody smokes.
It's an arcade. There are stoners, you know?
It's like that in Japan.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So I mean, the weed sucks, but yeah, you can find it.
And it's really expensive, I heard.
If you want to pay for it, you can get some good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Okay.
Next part of the question is, and my friend asks me, how do you play an effective Alex? Why do we get this question?
We got so many Alex players.
Yeah, we need Ty on here. We need Ty, Rennick, TFM,
Who do you think's the best Alex?
Joel Benefiel.
Oh, so we got, who I think's the best Alex? I think Don Snedden's the best
Snedden?
Alex. Yeah.
Ghetto D?
He is pretty good. All these guys are good, but Adolfo is very good.
I think like every Alex player we have is really strong against a certain character, and I think Don's really strong against Dudley, more than all the other Alex players.
Wow. Yeah,
So
Don's very good.
That's why I say Don's the best.
Oh,
Because he can actually beat me. There's no Alex that can touch me, except Don's Alex. He can touch me.
All right. He can touch you anytime he wants.
Also, is it possible to beat Chun with him? No. Well, I did see, there was this... Adolfo can do it once in a while. There was, I saw a Japanese Alex beat down Yukino, which was the girly Chun player, at Acho 2. He beat her with fucking a lot of meaty, fierce flash chops, and he got her with a fierce flash chop hyper bomb and destroyed her second round with a perfect. It was like, this is 1 out of 10, and he just got it off, and it looked really cool. Because she's pretty good. So, whatever that's worth, I probably just wasted your time. But, if you have really fast reaction, and you can cancel them flash chops and them elbow slashes into supers, Go for it. Good job on the podcast, and keep up the good work, Ryan. I added that one. Next up, Arleth. Which one? Hadouken? Show rules. This one's okay, too. Okay, this is a real listener. Cali Crew. Play Urian and Ken and consider myself upper... God damn it. Consider myself upper mid-tier. I really want to break that barrier and just be top tier. I want Yoda-like mind games, and I figure the best way to achieve that, once you know the game inside and out, is to start practicing the art of ume. This is true. Ume is what separates the masters from just the average arcade players. I watch Japanese vids all day. Well, the trick to ume is that you really need to practice yourself. No amount of vids will... I mean, vids will help, but it will never grant you the level of knowledge that actual live practice will. Offline practice.
I think it's all experience. I mean, once you get to experience, like, you know, years and years of experience of just playing those same matchups all day long, I mean, it'll look like ume when you've like really seen all those situations many times.
Yeah, when you are very experienced.
Very experienced players.
Ume is a very slow process.
Slow cooked.
Yes. Slow baked beans. Over an evening, Vandy Camps. Pork and beans.
With Grandpappy's barbecue sauce.
Grandpappy's 2 boots barbecue sauce. Bitter. I watch Japanese vids all day at work during lunch. This is good work. You're doing good work. I'm a CG artist random. And I try to find the subtle differences between the American and Japanese nuances. I was hoping that you could elaborate on the subject a little more. Also, is practicing ume on scrubs detrimental to the improvement of my mind games? No practice is detrimental. If you're playing a beginner, you know, just you can go for high-risk moves. But it's not really ume unless you're playing an opponent of equal or greater skill. I don't really consider you to be any sort of a hotshot for beating down girls who just happen to stumble on a free game of Third Strike. Ume is experience, is pounds and hours and weeks of years of experience.
Yeah, I think the people who define ume is like, maybe we're not talking about ume, maybe we're talking about experience.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because, I mean, you say, like, you want to learn ume, you know, that's like, well, what about, you know, your game? It's like, I want to learn ume, and then, like, I want to learn my own character, yeah.
It's the same thing. You have to know your character, and then the ume comes out.
Yeah, so it's just experience, man. And where are you from? New Orleans. Who do you get to play against? I mean, who can take you to the ume level? I don't know. Maybe your best friend who likes to play Third Strike. Whoever you play against, you know, you really gotta work hard to get there.
Quit your job.
Quit school.
And think about it. Your friends, they're only gonna use like 1 or 2 characters. I mean,
another thing
you're not gonna
okay. Hey, take it away.
You're only gonna learn how to beat ume against maybe the person who uses a specific character. I mean, there's like 19 characters in the game. I mean, you need to know every character in and out. Like, and you're probably not going to be able to get it with just a couple people.
To have ume is to have consummate. Thank you, Ryan, for giving me that word. Consummate mastery of fighting every opponent in the game, every character,
and
mirror match included.
And then, like, you know, there's Deshiken, and then there's Daigo. So that's like 2 different Kens, totally different play style. So you got to know the people too who play the game.
True.
How to beat the people.
Master level players, still there are differences between the actual person. Peace from New Orleans. Good shit. P.S. Just how fucked are you guys when you're recording? Well, Tom's always fucked up. That's just how he is. Sex Taro sounded like he was smashed beyond cognitive thought. Well, that's also how sex is. That guy is bizarre. We're just naturally fucked up. Ryan, you stoned? Not today. Jeremiah? Vic, you blazed? 2 breezies?
Nope.
Let's go smoke with Mark. Let's go smoke weed and play strikers.
Oh, did I tell you the one time? I used to be like a big shooter fan. I used to play a lot of shooting games.
Yes.
And then I would play my shooters while Mark would play like StarCraft, and we get stoned and we play the shooter
Nice.
games. And then like, I would always be like fascinated with StarCraft because that game is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
So I would be playing my shooter at the corner of my eye.
And watching
And then I'd
StarCraft.
be watching StarCraft, and then all of a sudden, like, I would look at my game, and I'd be like on level 6. I'd never been there before, but somehow I just magically got there.
Nice. Take me to level 6.
And you know those shooter games, they get really hard.
They get insane. Bullets all over the screen.
Yeah, but there's a one time I was actually stoned and I wasn't really paying attention, and I got all the way to like a level I've never been to.
Nice.
Yeah, and then right when I saw the game, like I
Died.
died. All my characters died like instantly.
Whoa, shit, look at this. Oh, dead. Sweet.
I was like, holy shit. Dead.
Nice. Okay, good shit. Arlith, next up. Sonic writes in, what do you think the biggest problem is that starting Third Strike players run into? Biggest hurdle I think they run into is despair. They try to take on some beefy opponent, get raped, and become very cynical. Vic, what do you think?
What page are we on?
This one.
Oh, Sonic. What do you think is the biggest problem starting Third Strike players? I'd say like getting beat down by people that know the game, and like if you don't know anything about the game, you're gonna lose.
You're gonna get raped hard.
You're gonna get
a lot.
I mean, learning Third Strike's a huge process. There's like so many things to learn. I mean,
Really want to know.
Yeah, because at this point there are players that have 5 years of experience or more.
yeah, I mean, like, you know, I see a lot of beginning players like trying to do like link combos, and I'm like, dude, you shouldn't even go and you shouldn't even think about that.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes is from Watson. He watched this guy play Yang 3. Watson turns to me and he says, "Why do people pick supers they don't know how to use?" It was really funny. Yeah, Yang was pretty bad.
I mean, I used to write a fact on how to learn Third Strike.
Wow.
What?
Link that shit right now.
No. Like, it's my own personal fact on
not
on how to
private
play,
library.
how to play Dudley.
Oh.
Okay, so like every couple months I would just, because I would my work is like totally stress free, and I can just work whenever I want.
Nice.
And then like there I would get bored sometimes, and I would just, you know, write about like a Third Strike match I had the other day. And then I would
That's good work.
like dissect, you know, exactly, you know.
Yes. This is something I have been preaching. Atone on your losses. Think about,
I mean, I would think about like
not atone, meditate. Atone is to like regret or be ask forgiveness, seek forgiveness. Meditate, like yoga, like who's the yoga guy, D. Hollis? Yeah.
I mean,
Think about why you lost
I mean,
and what you could have done to win.
One of the most inspiring players, like in the beginning, when I played Third Strike, was probably George, like Gio.
Yeah, that guy.
Because that guy, like,
guy's a monster.
he would always win the tournaments, and I mean, when I would play him, like he was like so hard to hit him. So like in that whole like learning process, like he taught me that like your defense is probably the best thing you can learn in the beginning. Like, if you learn how to block in that game, you can live for a really long time. So like
I agree.
When you learn like a new character, the best thing to do is just try to learn all his pokes at like a maximum kind of like safe range, and learn how to block everything. Because like George, even though like he wasn't like super high level Third Strike player, but for that time he was really high level. Like it was so hard to hit him, and he would block everything, and he would tech every single throw. I mean, if you could do that with any Third Strike character,
Very
then
difficult to beat.
You're very hard to beat.
Did Gio ever parry?
Yeah.
Yeah, he parried like really important parries that he knew how to parry.
Because I think another problem that new players run into is they try to parry everything.
Oh yeah, like when you try to parry in third strike, I mean that's like saying, okay, I'm gonna lose right now. I mean, think about it. When you wake up and you block, what's the worst that could happen to you?
Get thrown. Or
You can
overhead.
get thrown, right? Or you know, what else can happen to you?
Maybe an overhead.
Dudley.
Oh, if you're
Overhead
playing
super.
I know. Dudley is like, you know, he's just straight up hard to see, like his overhead. But I mean,
unblockable.
think about like all the other characters. You know, when you're fighting it, if you just learn to block, because learning to block is like
Learn
so
to block
important.
is
Please block, don't parry.
Imperative.
Please block.
I think trying to parry everything is like. Trying to parry everything is one of the stages that you go through when you're learning.
Yes. Yes.
And eventually, you get beat down, or somebody's nice enough to tell you that it's really not the best thing to do every single time. But know if you're trying to parry everything, know that you're on the right path and that eventually you'll get there. Because I think that's something that everybody goes through when they're at that level. And you have to go through that because then you understand why you shouldn't do it. And once you understand why you shouldn't do it, then you can level up.
Yeah, like always thought about it like learning third strike in stages. And like I always thought, well, I'll just start like by saying I think the first stage is learning how to block and how to reversal regular moves. And then like say if you're Ken, for example, and you block a sweep, what are you gonna do with Ken? You're gonna super three.
Super 3.
Yeah. So you learn all those basics, but blocking is really important. Then you go through the parry stage where you learn how to parry like every super in the game.
Yeah, you're like, this is the
all
greatest
moves.
shit ever.
You learn how to parry everything.
Yep,
then-
you put this computer on super and you just parry it. I am
then
God.
maybe stage 3 is all the whip throws and learning how to do all the execution moves and how to do your link combos.
Combos, yeah, combo practice.
And basically, I learned how to play risk-free, and where I would like learn to attack people without risking any damage on my part. So I always run into people who argue like, well, parrying is blah blah blah, it's great, and I always I hated the Frank's style of play, like
Because it's so risky.
because he would just parry and then he would take all your life away.
With the dungeon.
And
Yeah.
then Frank was always hard to beat. So I would be like, dude, you should not learn how to play like Frank. But like over the time, I figured it's part of the game. So you just gotta live with all these things in the game, and anything goes in Third Strike, I think.
Yeah, just when you think someone's way too smart to do something on Wake Up, then no, you're wrong. You will see some stupid shit on Wake Ups.
I mean, Frank he wins a lot, but he also loses a lot due to his risky style. But I mean, think about the payoff. Like if you take one risk, you can
Yeah,
win the
Frank,
game.
yes, with Denjin, if you get one parry off and he gets the Fierce into Hurricane Kick, set up a Denjin, that's like 3/4 life. He can just overhead you to death.
Off one parry.
Yeah, off one parry.
I think it depends on maybe the character you're playing.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing somebody that can't kill you in one hit, then maybe it's not
Yeah.
valuable.
Yeah, so I mean, being a super turtle there's absolutely nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong with being a super turtle.
Super turtle.
Sun doesn't need a parry.
It's true, her pokes are good enough that they'll just go right through other pokes. Even on your Wake Up. If Ken does that overhead kick, since only the second hit connects, you can usually low forward it on Wake Up. That's Ken's back and forward kick.
Yeah. That's basically.
Same with Ibuki, same with Elena.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. I hope that answered the question.
Hope that satisfied it. What was his name?
Sonic.
Sonic the Jorge.
So who is our question of the week?
Are we done? Ryan? What's our run time?
2 hours.
To Jesus Christ Almighty, power of smite thee. 2 hours. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, if we didn't answer your question, do not despair. They will get thrown into the vault of unanswered. And one of these weeks, we'll have an all recycled questions. Or not recycled, all unused questions. But that's not going to be next week, because this is good shit. I like it. Ryan, do you like it?
I like it.
He likes it. Send your questions to me, Dr. Sub-Zero. The email address is questions@dungeon-video.com. Send them in any language. Japanese, French, Portuguese, British, whatever. Don't matter. We'll use the Alta Vista translation tool, and I'm sure we'll come out with a beaut. If you are a philanthropist of the arts, you can donate money to this Dungeon Video podcast. A hefty sum you can pay for us. You can sponsor us to travel to your house or wherever. The PayPal thing is what? Is on the front page of
Yeah,
this.
it's on the front.
You can donate to any portion of the Dungeon Video production, but I highly recommend you donate to the podcast. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Because it's the best. Not really. What else? Question of the mother honkin' week. Pause.
Say the winner was Sonic. And
Okay. Is it on? Yeah. Nice. Okay, we have confirmed. Drum roll, please. The honorary. Oh, that's the best part. It's like a little earthquake. They just pound on like armchairs, porn rack. It's great. Question of the week is dun, 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 Sonic. He wins this fortune-telling tiger that Ryan won as a young lad in Vegas that we defiled, that we defaced with this green marker. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to be really pleased with it. From the Dungeon Video staff, it's a tiger with a turban. Sonic, email your mailing address to Ryan at dungeon-video.com, and you will have this toy coming to you. Hope you enjoy it, because it ain't worth shit. So good work. Keep up the good work. Anything else? We have any
Next week's guys?
honorable mentions? Can we give an honorable mention to...
C-Roy.
No, to the...
Oh.
To the other one? The one...
Mental unit?
Yeah, to Glitch. We would love an Alienware computer. We appreciated you fighting the good fight down there where you're all alone. This is Dungeon Video rooting for you, you know. And if there's any chance I can get an Alienware. I'm just teasing. I understand where you're coming from. No one likes me, and so except the Dungeon Video staff, and so we can reward him with what? One of our list magazines?
Yeah, actually, I'll send you a copy of Hardcore Gamer Magazine.
Ooh la la!
I'm actually one of the editors for there, so if you want, we can deface that one for you too.
Certainly.
We just have to find a suitable marker because the entire front of this is black because of the PlayStation 3.
No. Green's good. Green's fine.
What's on the backside?
Some gold farmer slut. Alright, anyhow, next week's guest?
Next week's podcast, who is the guest? Maybe we can actually get Frank this time.
Maybe,
no guarantees.
Third time's a charm.
Sometimes, no guarantees. But maybe we can get Frank next week. Tune in, same time, same hour, which is whenever Ryan feels like completing it. And we appreciate your participation. Keep the questions coming. I'll crank out a new thread. You know, sometimes the thread is confusing because it has right under it. It'll say like the previous one, and some people think that guest is this week's guest. So I get questions for the previous week's
Yeah, that's true.
guest. Is there any way to change that? No? Okay, Ryan, here's the tea gray. And you sign off. This is Dr. Sub-Zero saying, I wish I didn't have this goddamn lisp. Victor, final words? Thanks for having. Over.
Yeah, it was great to be here.
Yeah, great having you here, man.
I'm around. I'm actually down the street.
Oh, that is around.
Yeah.
Can I take the
I'm about 15 minutes from here, so I'll get an extra.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, we need a bigger studio. Donate money.
Money for the new studio.
Yeah, that'll happen any minute. Okay, good shit. Next week. Yeah, if it is next week, probably not. But yeah, later, guys.
Later.
Tremble before my might.